All right, Shalawam. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI Bahasham RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who taught me this truth through the spirit and power. YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalawam, and Lord will, this video is edifying. Okay, now basically, this is going into the times of Jacob's trouble. Okay, the time of great death, the sword, famine, plagues. It's finna befall the world. Okay, and this devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, the Edomites, are finna come down with great wrath upon the nation of the nation of Israel. Okay, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. Now I'm gonna get into the scriptures, and Lord will, this video is edifying. Now first, I want to go to let's go to Daniel, the 12th chapter, verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up," which is the archangel, the archangel Michael. Shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. You see, which is the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, it says, "And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time." You see, and that's the times of trouble that we're approaching, the times of Jacob's trouble. All right, okay, it's gonna be a lot of death, famines. All right, the sword is coming, pestilence, plagues, destruction. Okay, it says it's going to be sorrows, mournings. All right, it says a time of trouble such as never was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered. Okay, everyone that shall be found written in the book, which is what? The elect. All right, and that's what's going to happen in these last days. All right, the time of great tribulation, the time of great affliction, great temptation. All right, the times of Jacob's trouble, and this is what's going to befall the earth. All right, now what I want to go to is the book of Jeremiah, the 30th chapter. Also going to go into it. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it." You see, no time is going to be like the times of Jacob's trouble. Okay, it says, "It is even the time of Jacob's trouble." Who's Jacob? Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, "But he shall be saved out of it," man. All right, let's read in the NIV. It says, "How awful that day will be. No other will be like it. It will be a time of trouble for Jacob, but he will be saved out of it," man. And this is the times that we're coming into, man. Awful, dreadful, okay, sorrowful, times. All right, and let's get some more precepts now. I want to go to Revelation, the 12th chapter. Because who's finna bring about Jacob's trouble? Ultimately, it's YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI, but Esau is finna be the one to come with the sword. Okay, let's go to Revelation, the 12th chapter. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. And I'm really going off, just my head. All right, Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe," which means what? Destruction. Okay, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil." Who's the devil? The devil are these Edomites, man. All right, the so-called white man. You see, the children of Esau. Okay, the people who rule this world, the people who rule this revived Roman Empire, the people who rule America, the Edomites, man. Okay, "For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." You see, he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see, so these devils are finna come down with great wrath, man. You see, they're finna come with the sword, and that's why it's no time to be partying. It's no time to be, in that festivity spirit, that celebration spirit, because what? The sword is coming. All right, and let's go get that in the book of Ezekiel. What chapter was it? All right, there we go. This is the book Ezekiel chapter 21. Ezekiel chapter 21 verse 8, it says, and again the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, say, a sword is sharpened and also furbished, man. And what is a sword? A sword is an instrument used for death, an instrument used for destruction. Okay? It says, it is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? You see? And what's the definition for mirth? All right, let's get a definition. It says, merriment, amusement. Okay? It says levity. All right? I think that's buoyancy, joyfulness, fun, enjoyment, amusement, merrymaking, festivity. All right? Pleasure, cheerfulness. Okay? And that's the point. All right? That's the point. Okay? It says, should we then make mirth? That's that what? That's that peace and safety spirit. They shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child. Okay? It says, it condemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And when I quoted, that's going into what? The day of the Lord. You see, because the scriptures say what? The Lord cometh as a thief in the night. And these people are finna be in what? That merriment spirit, that peace and safety spirit, that they're dwelling at ease. You see? But then what? The destruction, the day of the Lord is finna catch them off guard. Okay? So it says, and he had given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is refurbished. It is given into the hand of the slayer, and that's Esau, the thief. Like the scriptures say, the thief coming not before to kill, steal, and to destroy. And these devils are finna come down with the sword. That's their blessing. By the sword thou shalt live. Let's go to Revelation, the 6th chapter. All right, Revelation, the 6th chapter, verse 4. It says, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Now, who is this speaking of? This is speaking about Esau. This is speaking about Edom. You see? And what the scriptures say, how Edom, all right, basically Esau came out red all over like an hairy garment. You see? All right, and his name was Edom, which is out of woman Hebrew, which means red. Okay? This is what this is speaking of, this red horse and him that sat upon it. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. Right, power was given into the hands of Esau. You see, these devils was given rulership, dominion over the earth by YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI. The scriptures say what? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And these are the people that rule this world. But the scriptures say what? And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. You see? And these devils already taking peace from the earth, but the time will come in, they're finna take, these devils are finna come down with great wrath, man. FEMA camps, martial arts youth, detention centers, people getting snatched out of their houses, people losing their jobs, for not bowing down. Okay? This is times that we're coming into. Okay? It says, and that sat there on to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. You see, and this devil is finna take that sword and come down hard upon the earth. Okay? All right, these devils are finna come in like a flood, and Lord will, we're gonna get that precept a little later. But now, I want to go to Isaiah the 10th chapter. Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And this is what Esau is doing and what he's about to do. Let's read again. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. You see? All right? These devils are decreeing unrighteous decrees. You see? And the time, and basically, all right, what's happening today? You basically been told you're gonna lose your job if you don't take the Vanessa. You see? You can't come to this restaurant. You can't come to this concert. You can't come to this venue. You can't enter this mall, this bar, unless you take the Vanessa. And eventually it's gonna be what? The MOTB. And I'm finna get that in a little bit. Okay? It says, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Now, what comes to mind when the scriptures say right grievousness which they have prescribed, it takes me back to what? The time of Hellenization, when these devils were trying to force our people, you know, basically to leave the law, statute, and commandments. You see? And basically them same people, them Greeks, okay, are the same people that's ruling over us today, the Edomites, man. The children of Esau, the ancient Greeks, the Romans, you know, Alexander, Ptolemy, Lysimachus, Cassander, you know, Seleucid, all right, all the way to the Roman Empire, all right, Julius Caesar, Augustus Caesar, Tiberius Caesar. Those were the children of Edom, and we're living in this revived Roman Empire with the same people, the Edomites, ruling over us again, and they're gonna decree unrighteous decrees in this time, all right. And like I said, what comes to mind is during the time of Hellenization, when the scripture said what Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom. Now I'm gonna go get that. Let me read this one more time. It says, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Let me read in the NIV. Woe to those who make unjust laws. You see, unjust laws. To those who issue oppressive decrees. Okay, and this is what's coming. That draconian, you know, that draconian way. All right. Let me go to my other Bible app to get what I'm talking about. The book of Maccabees, chapter 1. Drop down around to verse 40. Verse 40. Verse 41, Salakia. It says, moreover, King Antiochus, which is an Edomite, all right, he came from the line of the Seleucid, all right, the Seleucid Empire, okay. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom, right? What did we just read? That right grievousness which they have prescribed, okay? It says wrote to his whole kingdom that all people, that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yet many also of the Israelites consistent to his religion and and sacrifice unto idols and profane the Sabbath. For the king has sent letters by messengers unto Jerusalem and to the cities of Judah, that they should follow the strange laws of the land and forbid burnt offerings and sacrifice and drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and festival days and pollute the sanctuary and holy people, set up altars and groves and chapels of idols, and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts, that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances. And watch this. It says, and whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, right? The decree of the king, right? That unrighteous decree, okay? To the commandment of the king, he said he should die. You see, in this same energy, it's going to be played out in the earth today. Especially when what? The MOTB is introduced. When the microchip, you know, is introduced, man. You see? All right, when this devil ushering the NWO, the Great Reset, the digital currency, you know, and all the people that don't want to get along, you know, that don't want to conform, you see, to the image of the beast, that don't want to conform to the NWO. Basically, this devil is finna what? He's gonna want to put you to death. All right, and we're finna get that in Revelation. Okay. All right, let's head back to the blue letter. Revelation, the Revelation, the 13th chapter, okay, verse 15. It says, actually, we're going to start at verse 11. It says, and I beheld another beast. Well, this is talking about America, Babylon the Great, all right? Because you got to understand that when we're reading in Revelation, the 13th chapter, when you read that first verse and it goes into the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns, it's talking about what? This Roman Empire. You see, and we're living in this revived Roman Empire, America, NATO, and the EU today. You see, and America, what is an extension of the Roman Empire, that red dragon. You see, and when we're reading about, and that's why when you read Daniel 7, speak about what? And another little horn, you know, roughly paraphrasing. That little horn is America, and when we're reading Revelation 13, speaking about what? Another beast. This beast is America, okay? So let's read again. Verse 11, it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Why did he have 2 horns like a lamb? All right, going into his political system, you know, with the Democrats and the Republicans. But basically, a lamb represents what? Something docile, you know, it's harmless, You know, it could basically do no hurt to you. All right, and that's how Esau comes. He comes as if he's trying to benefit people. You know, take the Vanessa. You know, so the world, so life could go back to normal. You know, because of the people that are not taking the Vanessa, now everyone else has to suffer. You know, he makes it seem as if he's trying to benefit you, that he's for your help, he's for your good. You see, but really behind the scenes, he has a whole agenda. He has a whole plan. All right, and that's what. Let's keep reading. And he spake as a dragon, right? These devils are finna come down with great wrath, man. You see, they're finna show their horns. All right, in these times, they're finna speak as a dragon. Okay, and this is what's finna come to pass. The scriptures speak about what? How the words of his mouth were smoother than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You see, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, all right, these devils, they come in the spirit as if they're trying to help. We're trying to benefit mankind. This is for the betterment of humanity and this and that. All right, you know how much, you know, science has improved and how much children and this and that we can help. All right, and how much, you know, okay. But really, this devil has a whole agenda, you know, okay. And that's to usher in this NWO, this great reset, the digital currency, the ushering in of the MOTB. And we're finna get into it. Okay. Verse 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. And what's the first beast? The first beast is the Roman Empire. Okay. The first beast before him, and causes the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was sealed. And that's talking about Rome. Rome is the beast with the deadly wound. You see? And when was that deadly wound healed? Starting at the time of the Renaissance. Because Rome will fall and will come back in the form of what? America, NATO, and the EU. And it started during the time of the Renaissance, which is why Renaissance means what? Rebirth, revival, resurgence. Because that was the beginning of the revival of the Roman Empire. And we're living in the revived Roman Empire today with the same devils, with the same people ruling over us, man. You see? It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, which, if I'm not mistaken, going into what? Their missiles. You know, them devils, you know, raining fire from heaven with missiles. Because you got to imagine, in the ancient world, they had what? Spears and swords and helmets and shields and, you know. All right. Now imagine if you know, you could time travel and take a jet with you back, you know, 3,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. All right. And you shooting missiles from airplanes. They gonna think you're a god, man. You see, and that's what Esau wants. He wants people to worship him as if he's the most high. You know, he's splitting atom. He could edit genes. He could do this and that. You know, these certain miracles. He could heal people. He could heal paralysis. He could bring back the sight of the blind if you just take this chip, you know. These miracles, okay? It says, come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had a wound by the sword and did live. Okay? Let's keep reading. Verse 15. It says, and he had power. This is the point I wanted to get to. Because remember, we read in the book of Maccabees that what? Those that wouldn't, you know, do according to the commandment of the king, he said that what? That he should die. And the same spirit is coming back today. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, man. You see, these devils are from to come in the same spirit. You either get down or you lay down. You see? All right? Verse 16 is, and we're going to go into the microchip now. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay? And he's going to cause, man, he's going to cause everybody, you see, to receive this MOTB or what? You're going to be excluded from his society. You won't be able to go to his grocery stores, you know? You won't be able to keep your so-called careers. All right? All right? Because like the scripture saying Luke 17:33, whosoever seek to save his life shall lose it. Now, what are people doing today to save their life? They taking the Vanessa, you know? Because what they saying, all you got to do is take the Vanessa, then life could go back to so-called normal. Then we could get normalcy again. You see? So people are taking the Vanessa so they can, in hopes that what? That life goes back to normal. But in reality, it's not going back to normal, man. You see? All right. And basically, when the MOTB comes out, these people are going to do the same thing. They're going to end up taking the MOTB, seeking to save their life, you you know. And what? The scriptures say what? Whosoever seek to save a life shall lose it. And those that take the MOTB, they're going to be destroyed, pursuant to Revelation 14:9. Lord will, I get that during this lesson too. Okay? It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Why is that? Because what are these devils going to do? They're going to usher in a digital currency, a cashless society where all, payments, purchasing, buying, and selling will be done digitally through a CHIP that they're going to want inside you. And that's going to be your new way of purchasing. That's going to be your new way of payments. And without it, you're done, basically. Okay? You're going to be excluded from this society. No more, benefits, delicacies, pleasures, dainties, of this man's society for you if you don't take it. Okay? And this the time that we're coming into it, to the point where what? These devils, like the scriptures say, said they're on to take peace from the earth, which this devil is already taking peace from the earth. But the time we're coming to, he's going to take more peace from the earth. You see? But let me go to Revelation chapter 2. Because this man is going to start snatching people out of their houses, man. Okay? Taking them to detention centers and FEMA camps and concentration camps and things like that. All right? Revelation chapter 2, verse 10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, because that's the time we're coming into. A time of suffering, a time of tribulation. And what the scriptures say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of heaven. You see? It says, behold the devil. And we know who the devil is, Esau. All right? Shall cast some of you into prison, because these devils, they're finna be going to people's houses, snatching people out, breaking down people's doors, kicking them in, taking people out, putting them in the back of trucks, and taking them where? To these FEMA camps, to these detention centers. You see? All right? That ye may be tried. You see? Because what? The Israelites are in America, you see? But the scripture say what? That you basically, the elect are finna be tried as gold. And they're finna make it through that fiery furnace, okay? All right, the elect, they're finna endure unto the end, because that's how they're finna be saved. The scripture say what? He that endured to the end, the same shall be saved, man. So what? This is for trying a test, all right? It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, 10, which if I'm not mistaken, it either means perfection or completion, but basically a number of days. It says, be thou faithful unto death, because what? These devils are going to be putting people to death, man. You see? These devils are going to be putting people to death. They're going to be beheading people. All right, we're going to go get that too. It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay? Revelation 20, be faithful unto death. Revelation 20:4, it says, and I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded. Let me read it again. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded. You see, what does it mean to be beheaded? Beheaded. It says decapitate, cut off the head of someone, especially as a form of execution. You see, these people they're going to be putting people to death, and they're going to be certain Israelites that's going to be put to death, man. Rather than, worshiping the image of the beast and receiving the MOTB, receiving the chip, they're going to be rather put to death, all right? They're going to show their faith by laying down their life for the Lord, man. Okay? It says, and I saw souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of YAHAWASHI and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they live and reign with Hamashiach 1,000 years, man. And that's the point. You see? So yeah, these devils are going to be putting people to death. You see? All right? And you're going to have certain Israelites that are going to be put to death, but what? They're going to be risen again, man. All right? Because the elect, they get a W either way. They get a win-win either way. Okay? Now what I want to go to is the book of 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra now. 2nd Ezra, 16th chapter. Around verse 70. And it says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And what nation under the entire heaven fears the Lord? Jacob, you see, Israel. All right, and that's what's finna happen. These devils are finna come down with great wrath upon Jacob, upon Israel. Therefore, what the scripture call it? The time of Jacob's trouble. You see, it says, upon those that fear the Lord, the Israelites, they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord, man. You see, these devils are finna be doing work. You see, all right. It says for Slakia. Okay, it says Salakia again. All right, it says they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Let's read that again, man. It says, and cast them out of their houses. All right, you cast out of your house, where they finna take you? To these detention centers, to these FEMA camps. See, there people finna be snatched out of their houses, man. Okay. It says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. You see? As gold in the fire, that fiery furnace of affliction, of tribulation, of adversity, of temptation. And because that's what's coming upon the earth. The time of tribulation, man. I mean, kind of time of tribulation, but the time of the hour of temptation, man. And let's go get that. And we're going to come back to second Esdras. Revelation chapter 2. Verse 10. It says, Salakia, chapter 3, verse 10. Salakia. Revelation chapter 3, verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Showing you that what? The elect are finna have to be kept from the hour of temptation. You know, they're finna be kept from taking the microchip, from taking the MOTB. You see? All right? It says, which shall come upon all the world. You see? All right? All the world. All right? Okay? To try them that dwell upon the earth. So everybody finna be tried, but what? The elect are finna make it through it. You see? To try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay? But only the elect are finna make it through those trying times. You see? All right? And Khan. That's the point, man. Okay? So now let's head back to all right, because when you think about it, when that chip is implemented, man, you know, what are people tempted by? People are tempted by what? By the desires of the flesh. You know, women, you know, their jobs, their careers, their houses, their cars, you know, certain things or accomplishments that they got in this life. You see? So when they hear, you know, that all these things are taken away from them, you know, they can't eat, right? Famines are coming, they can't eat, you know. All right, they're excluded from this man's society. All right, all the pleasures, the delicacies, the pleasures of this man's world is taken away from them. Now they're gonna be what? Now they're gonna be tempted, you see, to take, you know, the MOTB so they could get back to their old life, so they could get back to their careers, to their lives. You see, back to their possessions. You see, back to the things, their accomplishments that they had in this world. Therefore, what? The hour of temptation, man. You see, that's why in those days we're gonna have to trust in the Lord, man. We're gonna worry. We're gonna lean upon the Lord to feed us. You see, we're gonna lean upon YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI. You see, to comfort us and to sustain us in those days, man. All right, and I'm gonna get precepts on that, Lord will. All right, that I remember to go get precepts. I'll come back to it. All right. So it says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Hear, O ye, my beloved, saith the Lord, YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI. Behold, the days of trouble. You see, there go again. What's these days of trouble? The days of Jacob's trouble, man. You see, are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. You see, be ye not afraid, right? What we just read in Revelation 2. Fear none of those things. You see, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You see, all right. The scriptures speak about that, man. Be not dismayed. You know, be not. Be of courageous heart. You know, all right. Be not faint-hearted. You know, it says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI is your guide. Okay, the Lord's going to be guiding the steps of the elect. All right, in those times, the scriptures say what? Man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Okay, all right. It says, and the God of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord Yahweh, let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves. And that's the point. Okay, these are the times that we're coming into, and the Lord is going to deliver the elect, the remnant of his people. You see? It's like for the background, man. Okay, but now let me head back to I want to go back to Isaiah 10. Because Isaiah 10, we was reading about what? Those unrighteous decrees. Now when you drop down, verse 5, it says, O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. Because, hey, when you really think about it, this is really the anger of the Lord, man. You see, Esau coming down with great wrath is really the Lord doing, because the Lord controls Esau. Psalm 17 and 13, right? Arise, O YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. You see? All right, Esau is a weapon of the Lord, and the Lord is going to use Esau to bring death, all right, upon the earth, man. You see, it says, their hand is mine indignation. I mean, the staff in their hand is mine indignation. I will send him against a hypocritical nation, right? The Lord is going to send Esau against our people, man. You see, it says, and against the people of my wrath will I give them a charge to take the spoil, to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets, man. You see? It says, howbeit, he meaneth not so, neither doth his heart think so, but it is in his heart to destroy and cut off nations, not a few. For he saith, are not my princes altogether kings? Is not Calno as Carchemish? Is not Hamath and Arpad? Is not Samaria as Damascus? As my hand hath found the kingdoms of idols, and whose graven images did excel them of Jerusalem and of Samaria, shall I not, as I have done unto Samaria and her idols, so do to Jerusalem and her idols? Wherefore it shall come to pass that when the Lord Yahweh hath performed his whole work upon Mount Zion and on Jerusalem, I will punish the fruit of the stout heart of the king of Assyria and the glory of his high looks. And America, is spiritual Assyria. Okay, America is Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, but it's also what? Spiritual Assyria, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom. You see? All right, and who rules America? These Edomites. All right, Psalms 137, verse 7 through 8, the children of Edom. They rule the daughter of Babylon. They rule this Assyrian, you know, all right, this new Assyria, these Edomites. And why does it say the stout heart? Because these devils are built up with pride. You see? These devils think they're doing it on their own accord. They want to be like YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI. They think themselves to be as a god. Okay? It says, for he saith, by the strength of my hand I have done it, right? These devils say they did it by themselves, as if they had, you know, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, like the power wasn't given unto them. Like we read in Revelation 6, power was given unto them. You see? It says, and by my wisdom, for I am prudent, and I have removed the bounds of the people and have robbed their treasures, and I have put down the inhabitants like a valiant man. And my hand hath found as the nest the riches of the people, and as one gathered eggs and that are left, have I gathered all the earth, and there was none that moved at the wing or opened the mouth or peeped. Shall the axe boast against him that heweth therewith? right? Because the axe is Esau, you know, and the one that he would deal with is the Lord, because the Lord controls Esau. So how's the axe is going to boast against the one that's wielding it, man? You see, how's the sword going to boast against the one that's wielding it? You see? Because an axe is basically useless if it just sit there. But that's why damn, I remember here basically it was going to, it's not the weapon, but it's the person who wields the weapon, basically. You see? Because a person say a person that has no knowledge of how to control a sword, how to, you know, all right, use a sword, all right. Now he can have a sword, but somebody else, all right, someone who's good with weapons and he can have just a pencil, you know. But the person with the pencil can prevail against the person with the sword, because it's not the weapon but the wielder. You see? All right? And basically Esau is nothing without YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI. He gets his power from YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI. Okay? So it says, shall the axe boast itself against him that he will deal with? Or shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up. Or as if the staff should lift up itself, as if it were no wood. You see? These devils are being controlled. But that's the point, man. Okay? Now what I want to go to is, right, the time of Jacob's trouble, the Lord is finna protect us, man. Because in this same chapter, when you drop down to verse verse 20, verse 20, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, right, in that day, that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel in truth. And let's get the definition of this word stay. All right, the Hebrew word is sha'aim. It says to lean on, trust in, support, to lean upon, support oneself, of trust in the Most High. You see? So the remnant of Israel are going to trust in, lean upon the Lord, YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI, in those times, in these times, in the times of Jacob's trouble. The remnant is going to trust in the Lord. You see? That's what's going to happen, man. And the Lord is he's going to feed his people. Let's get Isaiah 65. Isaiah 65 verse 13, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Man, you see, so the Lord's servants are finna eat. The scriptures speak about what in the book of Matthew? Take no thought, saying, what shall you eat, or what shall you drink, or wherewithal shalt thou be clothed? Roughly paraphrasing, man. You see, the Lord know that his people need to eat. You see? All right, how basically the Lord not going to want us to take the microchip, you see? All right, therefore we won't be able to go to the store. We won't be able, you know, to be in Eastside society. All right, so you think the Lord don't know that he has to feed his people? He has to sustain his people? You see? So, come on, man. All right. Let me see. What can I end it off on? All right, I know what to end it off on. Isaiah 36. Like I said, Salaki for the background, the music. Isaiah 36, verse 6. It says, lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt. Right, because we read in Isaiah 10 and 20 that the remnant are from the trust in the Lord. You know, they're from the lean, they're from the trust, and they're from the stay upon the Lord Yahweh. You see, but you're going to have the 2/3 of our people in the rebellious of our nation. They're going to trust in Egypt, which is America. They're going to trust in Esau. You know, they're going to trust in the Pharaoh Esau. They're going to trust in his system. You see? All right? And what? Those, and you know, these niggas that trust in Esau, that trust in the system, that trust in Egypt, eventually they're going to have to take that chip. You see? So it said, lo, thou trust in the staff of the broken reed on Egypt, Wrong, if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. We know what that's going into. All right, that microchip. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trust in him. So really, that's the point, man. All right, so hey, these are the times that's coming, but hey, the Lord is going to preserve, you know, the remnant of his people. All right, so Lord, will this video is edifying. I'm gonna close it out, give infinite praises, honor and glory to YAHAWAH Bahasham YAHAWASHI Bahasham RAWCHAA QADASH. Double honor to the elders and apostles, great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalawam.